I feel like I don't get very far. I feel like I always skim the surface, and I feel like there's so much further to, oh my gosh, I have my leopard print pants on. I know you love that. I know you love that. Um, I feel like we're always just skimming the surface. Uh, I don't want to go too long. I don't want to be all preachy. Um, and some of the stuff that I feel like we start to scrape the surface on is stinking deep. It's huge. It's huge. Sometimes I wish I could take my heart out of my chest and just like lay it out there to you. Sometimes I wish that um, I could sort of like just transplant this there so that you can get what I'm saying. You can get I'm, what I want you to feel, what I want you to know, what I want you to hear. But I can't. So I'm going to keep plugging away at it. I'm going to keep trying. Um, you know, it's an interesting thing. Um, we're talking about being a kid, and for some of us, some of the sweetest, most precious memories were made when we were kids, and also some of the toughest, hardest to get past memories were made when we were a kid. Um, I would ask you this. When you were a kid, remember that you trusted. And even if that trust wasn't received well, even if that trust was broken or that trust was hurt, I want to ask you this. Try and remember how you trusted, the way that it felt to trust, to really trust someone. And that's the kind of trust that you can have in God, because He won't let you down. It's so hard for us to break out of this human mindset and realize that all of the ways that humanly we've been let down over the course of our lives. It might not have been when you were a kid. You might have had the most beautiful Leave It to Beaver childhood that anyone could imagine. And then you might have fallen in love for the first time in college, and somebody completely annihilated your heart. Um, you know, it might have been 30 years into a marriage that you were completely committed to, and then somebody decided they weren't in love with you anymore and they decided to leave you. You know, you might have had a pristine, happy-go-lucky life up until that point, and then you're like, everything changed. What I would like to encourage all of us with today, what I would like to encourage us with today is that God will never break your trust. He is trustworthy. He is faithful, um, and He loves you. God loves you enough that He literally allowed His Son Jesus to be sacrificed for you. I just don't know if anyone could possibly love bigger than that. And it wasn't just a one-time act. He comes back and loves you every day. So think of that. Remember that. And take that with you today. Some of our stuff is really big. Some of our stuff is really big. We can't touch it here. But we can turn our eyes to the one who can touch it. And that's Jesus. So look at Him today. He's completely trustworthy.